Today we're doing account wars where I hop on my viewers' accounts and review them. I'm going to hop on 3 different accounts across my viewers and we're going to have them compete on which is the better account. These accounts are all fairly within the same range in terms of their levels and also when they started playing. So we're going to see what characters they have, how much overload gears they have, and what characters they have it on, and if they've made any mistakes and any advice I can give to them. If you guys want to be a part of any future account wars, the link to that will be in the description. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So on the first account, we are on Ruiner's account here. Let me pull up his details because I know he has some details for me. Anyways, Ruiner is around level 301 to 400 on his Nikke levels. He has been playing for 1.5 to 2 years on Nikke, and obviously that's all I ask for. It's simple. It's very simple. You just give me your levels of your character, how long you've been playing, and your name, and then your login details so I can log on. So I'm kind of curious to see what we got going on here. Let's take a look and see the Nikkes he has here. Okay, so we have a little bit of a spender here. I see a few gacha costume skins. I'm seeing a lot of good characters here. Now my question is, okay, we don't have everybody in the synchro device. I cannot understand why Rappy, N102, Anise, Mika, Miharu, I don't understand why your SRs are leveled up. Can you make that make sense for me down below, Ruiner? But you do have a decent amount of characters. It doesn't look like you have every character though, right? You are missing a few: Maiden, Neon, Aquamarine, Helm, K, Marciana, okay, Arcana. I feel like the characters you're missing are, you know, characters you don't necessarily need. I feel like Trina is the character you don't necessarily need, but you would want, especially if you do plan on using Scarlet. Full-Quang Volume. I've never seen somebody who has an account without volume, and to play for 1.5 years to 2 years to not have volume is quite crazy. Okay, Summer Mary, Mika. Okay, so Sakura you don't have, but you have Rosanna. Crust you don't have, but you have Brady. You don't even have Scarlet. You don't need Trina whatsoever. Not having Dorothy is quite diabolical, but you're not going to use her, right? You don't have Amelia, so it looks like you summon for what you want, right? Because you have a character from like a collab, but you don't have the other one of them, or you have a character from like a limited banner, but you don't have the other one of them. I do feel like the characters you do have are good, right? Based on your, you know, first row of characters here, it seems like you've invested into the right characters. Let's take a look and see what we got going on here, right? Obviously, favorite item Helm is a must. Is she 10-10-10? Yes, she is, and you have the first generation cube on her. Okay, that's cool. So let's take a look. You have charge damage, crit rate, and charge speed. That's not bad. Attack percent, crit rate, and charge damage. Defense percent, which is probably useless. It's okay though. Charge speed, and then elemental damage, crit rate, and defense. So obviously it's more of like a, I would say it's okay. I wouldn't say you have the greatest rolls, but they're not too bad. The defense is completely useless. I guess charge speed would be helpful for, like, you know, constantly healing and constantly getting her additional attacks off on her skill too, but that's good. You have full overload gear for, you know, Little Mermaid, which I was expecting. Okay, also for Laplace, also for Scarlet Black Shadow, also for Crown. This is good. I want to see if you have any mistakes on your account though, right? Naga with full overload gear isn't out of the normal. I mean, I don't use Naga anymore. I do have full overload gear on mine as well. Okay, Blanc full overload gear, Mana full overload gear is very good. Asuka. So it looks like you have something for the characters that, like, generally you are going to need, right? I think these are like, this account is like the ideal account of the characters you want to have, and the characters you want to invest into. Now let me see your Summer Anise. No overload gear on Summer Anise is diabolical. That one is crazy. I mean, I know you probably don't use her, but that seems a bit crazy for me because Brady's higher than her. How do you have overload gear on Brady but not Summer Anise? That's questionable. You know what I mean? That's questionable. Summer Anise is like one of the greatest characters to electric, and probably will be for like the rest of Nikke, to be honest. Do you have overload gear on these two? Yes, you do, which is fine because I do think Master and Anchor are great supports. Having overload gear on them, it's kind of pointless in terms of like actually giving overload gear to them, but it looks like you just gave them overload gear for the stats and you didn't invest into that. That's very good, right? If you want to give characters overload gear just so that they have the stats and they don't die instantly, or they have the stats to help your overall combat power reach its limit, then that's a good idea, right? But I don't think investing into these characters, especially characters that do not need overload gear, like in terms of like fully investing into the overload gear is it's pointless to me, right? Miharu for overload gear, Noir, okay, D killer wife. So you do have a decent amount of overload gear, right? I will say you have a decent amount of overload gear. And let me see your teams, right? Let me take a look at your teams. I'm going to assume this is your main team, which is, yeah, I would say this is like the best team in the game, realistically, the monstrous trio and then the two strongest DPSs. This isn't my go-to team. I have been using this team a lot more lately. It's not my go-to team, but sure. And then you have nothing else. So yeah, you're one and done. Let's take a look at your inventory, see what we got going on here. So we have a lot of boxes, which I'm going to assume this is all from the Drake event. I am not doing no summons on any of these accounts. I'll probably update the form. If you guys want me to do something on your account or try something on your account, I'll update the form so you guys can let me know what you want done to your account in terms of like me fighting a story stage for you or fighting a boss stage for you or summoning or whatever it is. I'll do that starting from the next forms and stuff like that. Again, link to that is in the description. But so far his account is looking pretty decent. You have a lot of tickets for the ordinary banner. So I mean, to be honest, you don't need to worry much. You don't, oh, you have okay, you have the next 4 characters guaranteed. I do really like this account. Is there anything that I would say is a mistake? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I guess it's kind of pointless now, but like having these random characters leveled up is a bit silly. Crow, Masked, Rappy, like these characters down here, having them leveled up is, why is Bay not leveled up? Excuse me? Bay is like the best thing you could ever have. I'm not seeing Ein anywhere. Where's Ein? I'm not seeing her. There we go. And what's she looking like? Overload gear? No overload gear. I mean, I don't expect people to build Ein, but I think Ein is a god-like DPS, especially for electric. So I am proud of this account. I will say you don't need to have everybody in your synchro slot, and to be honest, the characters you do have in your synchro slot are good. Like, not having these characters in your synchro slot I think is a good idea, just because it's like, you know, you're never going to use them, right? Obviously you don't want to spend too much gems on opening a synchro slot for every single character. I have done that because I'm a content creator, but you don't want everybody to do that. I feel like again, these random levels is the only thing you need to fix, or I mean, you can leave it because it doesn't really bother you, but still, the characters you do have in your synchro slot, the characters you have put some effort into, are the characters I would say you're like using. Every single character here are characters that I would say are meta or some meta, or at least have value, right? Whether it's PvP, whether it's PvE, whether it's bossing, story campaign, every single one of these characters have a lot of value behind them. Maybe not Pepper too much, but literally everybody else here has maybe not Lamilla too much, but literally everybody else that you have in your synchro slots have a lot of value. So I'm really proud of this account. Ruiner, you are going to be getting a good, honestly, we're gonna start off high. I'm gonna give you a 9.5 out of 10, right? That's very, very high, a 9.5 out of 10. You really know what you're doing on Nikke. You have the characters laid out for you. You have everything laid out for you. Your team, you're just going with the best team, and I like that. What are you in story? Are you done the story or are you not? You're done the story. And hey, I'm proud of your account. So 9.5 out of 10, Ruiner, congratulations. Let me know who you are in the comments of this video, and let's hop into the next account. So for this next account, we are on Solmon's account. Solomon has been playing for 7 to 12 months. He is around level 301 to 400, and obviously we're going to see what this is looking like, right? They have been playing a bit less than Ruiner, so I'm curious to see where his account is. Let's take a look and see right now. Okay, level 325. I see a lot of characters. I see one I don't like. Okay, no overload gear, but it is what it is. I'm seeing a lot of characters here. Okay, you don't have every character in your synchro slot, which honestly, like, save yourself the gems. You know, it is what it is. A lot of these characters you don't have in your synchro slots are characters you're probably not going to use. I mean, I feel like there's some characters here that you would be using, like if you're to the shotgun team, Leona would go on that. You know, Guillotine is pretty decent, but not like, oh, build her up, because you have a lot of other better characters, I feel like. But other than those two, realistically, your account is looking pretty decent. Let's take a look at your best or your first row. So again, oh, Eve is up here, which is so crazy because Eve is higher than your Litter, Eve is higher than your Scarlet, even your Scarlet Black Shadow, right? So that's okay. Let's take a look at Rappy here. Overload gear, let's take a look. Attack, charge damage, that's pointless. The charge damage is pointless, right? Because she's a machine gun character. Let me know. I don't think charge damage goes for machine gun characters, does it? I'm pretty sure that does not go for machine gun characters. It's only characters with the charging effect. So I'm not sure why you locked charge damage here. Maybe I'm gonna learn something new today, Nikke, but I swear charge damage is only for snipers and rockets, not for machine gun. I know technically a machine gun charges up, but it's not the same, right? I don't think so in this game. So I will say right now, I mean, wait until the comments, you know, corrects me on that if I'm wrong, because then I would have been playing this game for 2.5 years not knowing that. But charge damage, you should not have this locked. Like, genuinely, you should have the ammo capacity locked, but not the charge damage, right? But the attack percent and the ammo capacity is very good. Ammo capacity, hit rate is not needed, but the attack percent again is good. Attack percent, ammo capacity, again, charge speed is not necessarily necessary, and then ammo capacity and crit damage, it's okay. You don't need crit damage. One thing I've noticed is that you have no elemental damage, and I feel like you're going to want elemental damage. That's my advice. So what I would do here is I would keep the attack percent, keep the elemental or the ammo capacity, and then change charge damage into elemental damage. Try to get that, right? And same thing with the hit rate here, change hit rate into elemental damage, try to get that. Charge speed, change that to elemental damage, try to get that, try to get elemental damage on this, right? This character is good against 2 different element types, so having elemental damage is quite crazy for Rappy especially, right? So yeah, let's take a look at okay, Cinderella, Red Hood. I'm obviously not going to go through overload gear of every single character. If you guys are wondering why I'm only doing it for the first character, because that's the character they put their most effort into, right? And I'm sure from that point on they can kind of figure it out on what to do next. I feel like the character you've given overload gear to are good characters. Yeah, I would say the characters you gave overload gear to are characters that you would use, characters that have value, characters that are good. Okay. And then you don't have much overload gear, but yeah, I would recommend don't overload gear this character Scarlet, bro. She sucks. Okay, I'm not gonna keep promoting that, but she does suck. Anyways, let's take a look at the characters you're missing, right? Okay, Neon, good, K, Inoue, Miranda, okay. You don't have Guillotine, but you have Maiden, Ice Rose. So I'm assuming you picked one of the 2 for that, and you ended up picking Maiden. Arcana you don't have, which you don't even need. Is there any good characters that you are missing? Summer Anise, there you go. Summer Anise is really good, and you're missing her. She is gonna come back, I assume, this summer. Like, she's gonna rerun this summer somehow. So my advice to you, Solomon, is try to get Summer Anise. I'm sorry, as much as people probably are like, no. I mean, no, I don't think anybody's saying that. Summer Anise is still one of the best electric characters and probably the best electric supporter in the game by far, right? You don't need any of these 2. I feel like Rosanna has value, but you're not gonna really use her, to be honest. And then Modernia, that's the first time I've seen somebody without Modernia, like physically, and you don't have a single collab character but these 2. That's a bit concerning, because I'm not being funny, but you've had your account for 7 to 12 months. Within those 7 to 12 months, these Asukas both came out, and I'm not like that type of guy to say, oh, you need to have these characters, but both of these Asukas are staples for endgame in terms of anomaly interception. So maybe Solomon, if you want to explain why you don't have these 2 in the comments, by all means, because I'm sure people might be wondering as well. But everybody else, I don't really care for it. They're not really that, I don't want to say they're not good. Like, Mari's good, but I wouldn't tell you need to have her. Both of the raids are good, but you don't need to have them. Millie and Rem are good, but you don't need to have them. I feel like out of all these characters, Asuka's, both of them are characters you needed to have just for, you know, the purpose of anomaly interception. But that's just me. In terms of the characters you have in your synchro slot, again, I think it's just like Ruiner, you have the right characters in your synchro slot. Like, these characters are valuable in PvP. Okay, maybe not Soda, maybe not Isabel, but you could have had them in your synchro slot like when they were relevant, you know what I mean? Because I would say there was never a time where Soda and Isabel were relevant. Genuinely, there was a time where Vesti was relevant for a small period back in the years, but is there anybody you have again here that needs to go into your synchro slots? No, you don't need to worry about any of these characters here. They don't need to be in your single slot. And these characters here. What is your team looking like? Okay, this is a bit different. Do you have a main team? Okay, this is a water team. Okay, so based on your team, I'm going to assume you don't have Helm. Oh, you do, but you don't have her favorite item. So my only advice to you is once you get favorite items Helm, well, you're not going to be able to for until you get her dupes or whatever, but once you get favorite item Helm's or her favorite item, just take Red Hood off the team and put Red Hood in there. Honestly, even for this team, I probably would still take off Red Hood and fit Naga in there, just because I get it, like Red Hood is Red Hood, she's powerful and stuff like that, but Naga is very helpful as well for not only just like buffs in terms of to the teams, but helping out Crown get her heals. So that's my only advice to you. Realistically, you don't have to. At the end of the day, Red Hood still has great burst generation, so you can keep her there. That's just like a little suggestion, but hey, it is what it is. Where are you in the story? Or let's take a look at your materials first. What we have going on here. So we have a lot of boxes, and we have the second anniversary select boxes, which I'm going to assume you're just not going to use. You have a lot of dupes here, which I also assume are for like your weekly missions, because to have a grave dupe and not have that fed is quite diabolical, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you're not using grave. I doubt it. Like, people don't use grave like that, right? To have 1400 of this is crazy. That's guaranteed 14 of these plus the 8 you have. That's a decent amount. And then obviously you have these gears here. Let's take a look at your, I don't want to look at your equipment. That is fodder to me. Okay, you're guaranteed one other character, and you have a few summons, nothing too crazy. Your materials are looking quite good. I would say just save this for the right characters, right? You have your favorite items literally ready. Like, who's this for? Drake's? Okay, well, that was given to you. But Helms, like, you have favorite items ready. Realistically, all you need is to get them. So it is what it is. But I'm where I just seen the fact that you had 300 of this and you have 200 of this. Like, I'm not gonna ever tell you to use your golden tickets for a favorite item character, but I'm pretty sure you just need Helm 2 stars, no? And if that's the case, you could easily use this to get Helm. Let me know down below. I'm pretty sure you just need her 2 stars now, and then level 30 bond, right? You don't need to have them 3 stars. It's just 2 stars and then level 30 bond. Because obviously with 1 star, or when you own the character, you get them to 10, and then when you get a dupe, you can get them to 20, and when you get another dupe, you can get them to 30. So if you were to literally just buy this right now and get Helm, then you can start working on her favorite item, literally, because you have the materials for that. So I'm not gonna sit here and say you need to do that. That's just you know, something out there for you. But Solomon, I'm not gonna lie, your account is not too bad. You don't have too much overload gear, which means you're still working on your account. Obviously, I feel like your overload gear isn't all over the place. You just probably don't have many teams for endgame, and that's what it's looking like, because you have the characters, I would say, for endgame, but you definitely don't have the teams ready for endgame. So because of that, I'm gonna give you a cool 7. I'm gonna give you a 7 out of 10. Your account is amazing. It's just obviously I don't want to say it's not to where it should be at. I feel like your account and your stuff is perfectly fine where it is, but obviously you are in, you know, you're only like your first row. Realistically, your first row all the way up to like Raven has overload gear, and to make a full team with these characters is like, it's not really too common, I feel like, in your case. So I'm gonna give you a 7 out of 10. But thank you, Solomon, for, you know, joining the account wars. Hey, you're in 2nd place right now. We have one more person. Let's take a look. All right, guys, so we're here on our last, you know, account for account wars, and we are on Sahur account. I'm gonna say Sahur, because Sahur, I can't, like, I'm not gonna remember that properly, but I'm gonna say Sahur. Sahur is also from the range of level 301 to 400. Sasha has been playing for 1.5 to 2 years, and obviously is totally free to play. They left that information, and so we're gonna take a look at this totally free to play account. Let's see how well this, you know, totally free to play account plays out. Let's take a look at your characters off rip. Okay. Okay. Okay, you don't have too many characters in your synchro slot. You do have a decent amount of characters. I'm not seeing any mistakes in terms of like just random levels or anything like that. But you do have some nice characters here. So you're level 369. Let's go ahead and take a look at your first character and see how much overload gear you have and stuff like that. And then we'll take a look at the characters you don't have. So obviously you have Cinderella as your number 1. Elemental damage, charge damage, hit rate. Okay, that's fine. Ammo capacity, crit damage, attack percent. That's fine. Attack percent, ammo capacity, elemental damage. That's a really good piece right there. I feel that's a really good piece right there. And then charge damage, hit rate, and critical damage. It's okay, right? Pretty good so far on your Cinderella, full collection, leveled up and all that stuff. Rank 40 on the attraction. How many overload gear sets do you have though after her? Okay. Mana, I've seen Scarlet, Red Hood, Anaga, Rappy, Viper. Okay, favorite item Viper. Okay, that's a different story. Favorite item Viper that's a different story. Grave, respect it. I think it's the first time. I know people have overload gear for Grave, but I don't, and I've never seen anybody with it. I know people do, but I've never seen it. So mad respect for giving Grave overload gear. I think I'm starting to like Grave a lot more clearly, right? That's just what it is. Favorite item Helm, very nice. I think that's a character you want to have, like one of the most mandatory characters nowadays. Maiden, very good. Crown, very good. Mihara, nice. Dika wife, good. Dorothy, nice. Okay, you have a decent amount. Diesel, but her favorite item, I respect it. Raven, nice. I respect it. Alice, I respect it. A2, I respect it. Modernia, okay, you have a lot. Okay. Oh my god. Are we still going? Okay, it ended off with oh my god, no, that's, oh my god, I hope I don't get demonetized for that. Oh, we're still going. Okay, and that's, oh, okay, there's some, it's like some mismatch pieces now. So you have a decent amount of full overload gear. I think it ended off with like whoever was right beside Summer was on. So you have 2 full rolls and then like 5 other characters fully overload gear. Honestly, for an account that's totally free to play, for the dupes you have on these totally free to play accounts, clap it. Everybody clap it up. This is really good for a free to play account. Is there anything here that's indicating that that's a lie, right? That's what I need to look at. Do you have anything here that's indicating that it's not free to play? So far, not really. So I will believe you in terms of it's free to play. Because I'm seeing a lot of free-to-play skins. I'm not seeing anything else past that. How many characters are you missing? Or not how many, but what characters are you missing? Okay. So far, I feel like the characters you're missing are, again, not characters you're going to need whatsoever, so it's not too bad. Especially if they had a banner and you, like, you were playing during the time they had a banner and you missed them, then that's a different story. Good. Your account is yo, I'm not gonna lie, this is a smart free-to-play player. Either it's just a very lucky free-to-play player or a very smart free-to-play player. Because, like, let's all be honest, K you don't need, Neon you don't need, Helm I would say you need for Ultra, but like it's not a need, but Helm is really, really good for Ultra. Phantom you don't need, Julie you don't need, Quincy you don't need, and you don't need, Flora you don't need whatsoever. Rupee Winter you don't need, Nikke you don't need, Crust I wouldn't say you need, but she's decent. Romani you definitely don't need. You don't need Maki More Power, you don't need Amelia, and you don't need either of the raids, right? Like I have both of the raids, but I never use them because I just don't need them. So I feel like the characters you have are the characters you need. And again, it's like Solmon's account, where you know for a fact you were playing during this period, but you made the smart decision of summoning for one of the 2 characters than trying to go for both of them, right? Like you have both of the Asukas and both of them are very, very mandatory, I feel like, for Anomaly Interception. So props to you on that. What's your main squad though? Okay. I'm surprised you have Mihara here and not favorite item Helm. I feel like you would probably get better results with this. I'm not going to change your team, but I feel like you would probably get better results with favorite item Helm. That's just me personally, because the best team is literally this in the game. Like this is the best team in the game. So, and you have access to it. So I'm not sure what you're doing there, but it's okay. Okay, this is nice as well. Okay, I like it. You're bringing back 2023, Tia and Naga together. Very nice team. And then, yeah, I respect it. Honestly, your power is quite high up there too. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Your power is very high for a free to play at 396. But like I said, you have a lot of dupes. You have a lot of dupes. I don't know how lucky you got in, where as a free to play you were able to get Cinderella, Little Mermaid, Red Hood, Scarlet, Core 3, Core 1. Like, I don't know how you were able to get round Core 1. Like, I'm assuming you only summon for limiteds and pilgrims, and then all these other characters you've got in them through your summons of limiteds and pilgrims, right? That's all I can think of. You're saving and then boom. Right, let's take a look at your materials. You have dupes for days. I'm assuming you have them in here for your weekly missions, which is okay. Obviously, everybody's gonna have a lot of these because of the Drake event. What's your materials looking like? 5 of these, 200 of this, so you're guaranteed another character, whatever character you want. Probably save this for like the next pilgrim. Right, I honestly never use golden tickets unless it's on the pilgrim. I mean, for me as a content creator, I do if I need them for a showcase. But like if I was a regular player, I would never use this unless it was for a pilgrim. Cause like right now, I can tell you right now, Sasha, that you are guaranteed the 3rd anniversary character if you save this. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it's just better to say save these for pilgrims, because it's like you guaranteed know that you're guaranteed the anniversary pilgrim whenever that happens, right? Or any future collabs or whatever you want in the future. So far, I'm really proud of your account. Where are you in story? Okay, you're chapter 35-3, so you're not done the story, but I'm sure with your power level, genuinely, you could probably clear the story instantly. I know that for a fact you can clear the story instantly because, hey, your account is really good. Really good. You have a lot of overload gear. You make good decisions in terms of what you're summoning for, and the characters in your synchro slots are characters that you would be using. Maybe not Snow White Innocent Days. I feel like that's the only character here that I would not have put in my synchro slot. Especially since it's like, you probably put her in there before, though. You probably put her in there like before you had a lot of these other characters, right? And I'm not the type of person to say take them out, but like, honestly, I would. If you have all these characters who are not in your synchro device, I would say take out Snow White and then put in like Asuka. You don't even have her leveled up. And it's like, I would say she's very good in anomaly and perception. Maybe Scarlet if you really want to. Ludmilla and Ayn are also really good options, and Quincy as well. These are good options you can put in there. So I would say my only advice to you is, since I know for a fact you're not using this Snow White, just take her off your synchro device slot, wait the 2 hours and 40 minutes, and then put one of these better characters in there. And maybe if you want to invest into them, you can do that. Everybody, maybe A2 is like your favorite or something, that's why you like have her or whatever, so I'm not going to take her off. But everybody else you can keep there, because everybody else is very valuable. But this character right here is just not valuable whatsoever. So my only advice to you is take her off and then put in a valuable character. Like, I would say the most valuable character you have that is not in your synchro slot yet is let's see, I would say it's probably Asuka. Either Asuka, Scarlet, Ayn, or Ludmilla, but most likely Asuka. But hey, other than that, for a fully free-to-play account, very, very, very good. So, Sasha, I'm gonna give you, honestly, I think just because of the mistake with, I don't want to say mistake, but just because of Snow White, honestly, I'm gonna give you a 9. I'm gonna give you a, I mean, I don't even know if I might have to give you a 9.5 or even a 10. Like, considering the fact that you're free to play and this is what your account is looking like, I might give you a 10. You know what, Sasha, you won. I'm giving you a 10. We have Sasha at 1 with a 10 out of 10. We have Ruiner at 2 with 9.5, and then we have Solomon at 7 out of 10. So congratulations to you, Sasha. You've won. Maybe in the future of these account wars, like whoever has, you know, the best account or the worst account, I might like help them out a bit, and then like just buy them a pack or something. I'm not sure. We're not doing that today. No, but hey, Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. Like, I don't know yet. We'll see. Maybe if I'm generous, we'll see what it's looking like back then. But hey, very good accounts, you guys. All of you guys have fantastic accounts. Hopefully you guys take any of my advices here, and if you don't, then by all means, right, just keep playing how you've been playing, because you guys are doing a great job. So again, if you guys want to be a part of any future account war videos, the link to that will be in the description. I'm probably going to redo the forms, so if you're not in this video and you submitted an application into a form before, just reapply, because I'm going to add more into this, because obviously there's a bit more information that I probably want to have for my video and when I'm editing and all that stuff. As you guys probably see in this video, I don't have a picture for these characters or these players. I only have their names. I would like to have your favorite character as your icon in these account wars and stuff like that. So there's a lot more to it, and what you want me to do on your accounts, if you want me to try anything, there's a lot more I'm going to add to these account wars. But for the first ever episode of account wars, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's your boy Zxous, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. I'm out later. Peace.